and see what the handover is like.
Absolutely. Morning, Shreyansi. Looks like that the Wall Street wants to extend the post-election rally, and the coupled with the Fed comments that has, spurred a fresh rally in US markets. In fact, we saw record levels again, intraday high for all three majors. If you talk about nasdaq, S&P, and even for Dow. So let's just quickly tell you that what exactly happened. And since we know that US has been the best performing market for this year also, and now post that we have clarity after the elections, that the Wall Street, all three majors, they hit intraday high on session on Thursday. Fed lowered interest rates by quarter point. That was in line with traders' expectation, and that's what cheered the market again. Now, Powell, when he clearly said that he's feeling good about the economy during a press conference, that actually boosts the confidence of the traders more. S&P gained 0.7%. Tech-heavy Nasdaq, that one jumped 1.5%. Nasdaq has been the best performing index so far if you talk relatively comparing with the other global peers. And talking about clearly ended nearly 19,000. Nasdaq ended for the first time ever. And 30 stock Dow, that was a little lower yesterday. But all three major indices had hit intraday high during the session yesterday. Major reason was, of course, the Trump coming back, and of course, Fed lowering the interest rate and talking and giving good comments about the economy, that he's feeling good about the economy. That's what actually spurred the rally. If you talk about the bond yield, they were trading with a little softness, 12 basis point lower at 4.32%, and this was post that the bond yield jumped over 14 basis point in the last session. In fact, the 2-year bond yield also fell by 7 basis point yesterday. So we've got a good set of cues from US market. Yields are lower, which is of course a favoring point for Indian banks. But then how did crude and oil and gold, that one fared out yesterday?
Well, absolutely. So when you take a look at oil prices, you're looking at a rise coming in as the markets did continue to weigh the consequences of a Trump presidency, as well as the Federal Reserve's latest decision as well on interest rates. So those are the kind of factors that you're looking at least when it comes to oil. Brent crude futures in terms of levels rose just about 71 cents or just about 1% to close around that $75 per barrel level. And when you take a look at US WTI as well, similar moves coming in there as well, because 67 cent uptick coming in for US WTI, so 0.9% uptick coming in for that one. A close above that $72 per barrel level. So that is the kind of move that you saw coming in for US WTI as well. Now, in terms of the factors that we're keeping an eye on, of course, Donald Trump's election win initially did trigger a sell-off, and that is the kind of move that you saw coming in for oil prices, because that did push oil prices down more than $2 as the dollar rallied. So that was largely the picture and what it was looking like after Donald Trump's re-election. But crude prices later also pared losses to settle at a less than 1% decline by the end of Wednesday's session. Largely, that's what you saw coming in terms of what really happened. In terms of factors that we're keeping an eye on for crude prices, downside factors, you do have a strong dollar as well as sluggish demand. On the other side, when you take a look at upside pressures, you do have potentially increased sanctions on Iran and Venezuela under Trump, as well as a conflict in the Middle East. So that is likely to underpin oil prices as well. And those are the kind of factors that we have at hand, at least when it comes to oil prices. But let's also take a quick look at gold, because gold prices rose more than 1%. Those are the kind of moves that you saw coming in for gold as well, helped by a retreat in the US dollar as well as the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 0.25 point as widely expected as well. So that is the kind of move that you saw coming in for gold as well, 1.2% uptick that we're looking at there as well.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.